Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Besties, did y'all see JJ? You know that's my homie in my head. What's up, JJ? Still got your long ponytail in the back with the top ponytail in a bun. What's up, partner? honey, this episode was pretty good. Let's get into it. Hey, besties, welcome to Behind the Shade and welcome back. Let's throw some shade and get into another episode, honey, of Belle Collective. It's season 5, and this is episode 2. Menopause, honey. That is the title. Menopause. Do we like the title of this episode? Yes. Are we going to keep it? Yes. If you guys want to change it, go ahead in the comments. Do go at it. But we're going to keep this title because this is a subject that is becoming, I'm headed there, and it's just not spoken enough about it. You know, we need to bring awareness to it. We need to figure it out. People just, the ladies, the elders, they haven't shared this part. You just see them sweating and complaining and fussing, but we just need to break down the symptoms. There's so many symptoms, and the mood swings and the hot and just all the stuff. Child. So, besties, how would you rate this week's episode? It was good. They're getting there. It's lightweight, but I like them. And I'm gonna give it bringing in menopause was very good. So that was a up for me. Marie being Marie, that's we got a little bit of Glenn, he made me laugh. We got a little bit of Cliff, we got Willie, we got JJ. We saw Selena at home with her boo. So I'm gonna give it an 8. I was gonna say a 7, maybe an 8. So, besties, let me know what you rate this week's episode, and let's get into it. Now, don't forget, like this video. It helps my community. And don't forget to hit the ding dong, hit that subscribe button. It's free and an easy way to support my channel. Now, let's start. Maybe I should drink some water. Hold on. So the episode begins. Letitia and Latrice, they meet up like they said they would, and they want to just express their feelings. So technically, basically, at the bottom line, end of the day, they both feel hurt by each other. Okay, Letitia gonna say she wonders if Akeisha was being genuine with putting the group back together. But it's like, what do you mean was she genuine? How could you? Well, when people say that, that means that they're not genuine. You feel me? Did you catch that, T? I'm watching you, Letitia, because I like her, but I got my eye on her because she is a little shady. She just reminds me of one of those friends, and I'm in quoting friends, that she'll be cool with you as long as she's doing better than you. Akeisha came back on the scene, honey, and took her throne. Like she feels like Akeisha is dethroning her, so there's some competition there. We know she is a little shady when it comes to Akeisha. So, yeah. But Letitia goes ahead and she says, but you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use that as a vessel so that I could work out my friendships. So Letitia was hurt that Latrice was in an interview, and she referred to the collectives as co-workers. And so Letitia was like, I thought we were friends. And, Latrice calls her sister. So she says, I wasn't talking about you. What do I always say, sis? I always say, F them bees, right? And so Latrice thinks that Letitia's using this as an excuse, because Latrice feels like Letitia been feeling some kind of way for a while. And that's what I'm saying. She don't like when you doing better than her. I got Letitia figured out. Not that it took me until today, but I'm just saying, yeah. She like you. She want to be around successful women because that's her claim to fame with the brunches and stuff. But yeah, she feeling some kind of way about a few people because they coming for her success. So in her mind, in her mind. So um Letitia gonna say, "Oh, I know you wasn't referring to me per se, but when you said it on a public platform, that just made it different. It felt different." And she could be right. That will give her that because sometimes it's like it does hurt to hear it on how you just telling the public because people think you talking about me too. So Latrice addressed how Letitia got all in her face at the reunion and wanted to fight her. And so they did a flashback, and yes, honey, Lion King got up off that couch, went over there, got all in Latrice's face, was calling her insecure. So they was going back and forth about that. So here come that passive aggressiveness. And so Letitia apologizes. Yeah, okay, girl. Uh-huh. And so Letitia, she really wants to move forward. She wants to work on their friendship. And so Latrice in her confessionals, production asked her, well, do you trust Letitia? And she said no. And I'm like, good, check that. So Akeisha is getting ready for her photo shoot, girl. We didn't even know, honey. She is making pajamas for her menopause line for women. This is gonna be bomb. It's called Bam Blue. Bam Blue. And she's getting ready for the photo shoot. So, makeup artist, hairstylist, photographer, they're all there. She's laying on the bed with her bundles of pajamas, blah, blah, blah. So Letitia pays her a visit. And so Akeisha just wanted to just check her and address the DMs, that her and Glenn, allegedly her and Glenn was trying to set Willie up with some girls. And it's like, huh. And now I'm thinking about it. Now remember when Willie and Glenn met at the park and Willie was kind of talking down on him a little bit? Maybe this is why. Didn't put that together to just now. So Letitia's like, that is false. I would never be coming for nobody's marriage. I know, because yours is raggedy. You hanging on to yours. And you know what you done went through. But she tells Akeisha, no, I'd had nothing to do with going no DMs, trying to stir nothing up with Willie. And it's like, it do seem like that would be a little, like, come on, who would do that? But Akeisha, you are, I don't know, because you giving passive aggressive jealous vibes, and you don't you know how you feel about Akeisha because I know how you feel about her. So I'm gonna be watching you, Letitia. So she says she didn't do it. So Akeisha asked, did her and Latrice work their differences out? And she said yes. And so she's like, well, now we need to have a convo with Marie because she has issues with Tambra and Latrice. Then Akeisha tells Letitia about Willie's upcoming birthday and how she wants to have a fish fry and she has to still finish planning it out, but she's going to invite her to the gathering. Okay, bet. Yes, invite me. We'll be there. We don't have, no, we gonna come. Excuse me. We gonna come. Okay. So next, girl, we go over to Selena's little place. And I'm just like, look at the ceiling. It's so short. It's so close to them. Like, they look tall. Well, I know the guy is tall. And she seems like she might be a little tall. And I'm just like, it's so tight in there. And I'm like, I don't know. Look, it's given like it's a cottage. Like I'm thinking, you live in Mississippi. I'm thinking you have room, and don't some of the kids live with you and you got grandsons? And I'm like, oh, you live there. It looked like a conversion of a garage or a casita. Like, look like she lived in somebody's backyard, like an ADU house or something. And I'm not, well, this is behind the shade, and I'm not going to apologize because if you mad about that, okay, whatever. I'm just thinking she got it decorated, honey. Okay, I'm going to put a plus on it. She got it decorated. We know that is her house, But I'm just like, Prince and Shining Armor, you guys need to be trying to get a new place before you try to plan this wedding. Okay. So they're at the place, they're having drinks, they're chilling. She rubbing on his arm. She is madly in love with her fiance, Mike. Now, he is not what she described last week, in my opinion. Now, he is definitely a come up from JJ. I will say that. Yes, you came up. God is good. But he ain't chocolate. He's not chocolate. And he looks so nervous being there with the cameras, and I know it was hot in there because it's small and you got cameramen and it's just tight, and he was just sitting there. She says he's a man of a few words, unlike JJ. So he's trying to have this conversation. So kind of reminds me how Tambra's dude was acting in the beginning too, because he was trying to be cool with these cameras too. Must be a Mississippi thing. So she's discussing their wedding. She just sitting there with a little pad. And I'm like, how is you thinking about the wedding? I don't see no computer. You ain't looking at dresses, venues. Anyway, she's getting ready. So she says she's ready to set a date and let him know what the date is. And she's like, I think I need a wedding planner. He like, yeah, you and your friends, y'all handle that. I ain't in it. And so she says, I know I do need a wedding planner, but I think I'll be a bridezilla. He's like, yeah, you go ahead with that. So then she tells us that JJ and the girls, their daughters, I think they have, in a picture, there was 3 daughters, but I think there's 4 daughters, right? Isn't it 4 of them girls? I always thought it was 4. Ooh, excuse me, to get some coffee. So JJ, with his childish self, he's not talking to the girls ever since the altercation with So Gucci down there at the event from last season. He wants them to go through So Gucci to get to him. What? What? Come again? First of all, JJ, your daughters are grown. Some of them have kids. What are you even saying? You want them to go through So Gucci? They don't have to do that. You're going to ride for your mama. And you should know that because you ride for your mama, JJ. And I think that is very childish of you to cut off talking to your daughters behind some mess that had to do with their stepmama and their mama and you and all this and all that. You should be the one to try to get them together. You could learn from Akeisha. You should be trying to get the whole family together to sit down and talk. At least try. But that was what y'all came up with. Petty. JJ, you know what? I don't even know no more. I gotta think about if I still want to be your partner or not. So yeah. Uh-huh. So this is his way of trying to squash the beef and try to get them kids to talk to her. Nope. Nope. And so Selena's like, she don't feel like her daughters should have to do that. And I agree. So at Latrice's house, honey, she is getting ready for the Goddess Lens opening. That she secured a new building, and it's been under construction, and she's ready for the grand opening. And she has the new restaurant. Now, why did y'all do this all at the same time? I don't know. Maybe they got a good deal on that restaurant because the building is nice, and where it is, it just seems like this would be good. But to do all this at once, Latrice, like, are you trying to stay on top? Like, or do you feel like you in competition with the other girls? Like, or is this your exit plan? We'll get to that later. But put that in your back pocket, besties. Is this your exit plan? I'm just trying to see something. What y'all think? But you go, girl. Make it do what it do. You don't have no kids, so go ahead and get your 2 businesses at once, honey. So Cliff is in the backyard trying to act like he the man. I'm not saying he's not, but Cliff I get a chuckle every time I see him. So he back there with the landscapers. They're trying to plant these palm trees because he's trying to make, or she wants oasis in the backyard by the pool. And so She don't like the design that he's talking about, so they go over to the pool to talk. And so the workers are laughing at him as they walk off. They just smiling and laughing. Because she was like, that ain't what I want. Let's go over here and talk. So they laughed, and I guess he probably feel a little embarrassed. I don't know. So they're talking, and so they're fighting over power and the word authority. Well, he said power. She didn't like the word power because she's like, how you gonna tell me you gonna give me power on who to hire at the restaurant when I'm the owner? So they had to decide on which word was better, power. Then he started using authority. So she says that he told her she the woman of the house and he the man of the yard. Not the man of the yard. I chuckled so hard. The man of the yard. If I was to change the title, y'all know I would have liked that one right there. But it don't hold no weight with what the episode was about. So I liked the menopause. So they going back and forth. And you know Cliff is on that. He's the man. He a man, you a woman. I don't wear no dress. Blah blah blah. You know, she's like, you have a so she tells him, you have a big ego. And just like with the restaurant, you need to consult with me. He was like, why? He's like, because I'm your wife. He like, well, you come from my rib. And she was like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I come from Gloria and Walter, her mama and her daddy. And they just, Cliff is that old school man. You keep calling him daddy, and this is what you get. You got to be careful with the words. Don't be calling your husband daddy when he a big old southern guy from Mississippi, I'm assuming, and he gonna ride that. He was like, so what you trying to say? The man is like down here, the woman is up here, and he just will never see men and women being equal. And I already know who he voted for president. I know Cliff did not vote for Kamala Harris. Ain't no. I know Cliff did no, absolutely not. So he talking about he the man, he the beep, and he don't wear no dress. And she's still talking. He is telling her like, I am the MFer. Do you understand? I am that one. And it's like, okay, Trees, calm down, be quiet, because he is piping up. And you know how light-skinned men can get. So she changes the subject. So she discusses the grand opening of Goddess Links, and she's like, I'm trying to figure out which Belle to invite, and I know you don't fool with none of them, and we know all you care about is Glenn. We know Glenn got to be there. We know. But what about his wife and the other girls? So he don't fool with them, and he like, I don't fool with them, because he says, y'all tear each other up instead of build each other. Sorry, you guys tear each other down instead of build each other up. And I was like, I like that, Cliff. You got. And so he said, if y'all supposed to be Mississippi, if y'all supposed to be Mississippi's finest, I would sure hate to see what the worst is like. The way I said, okay, Cliff, okay. So over at Akeisha's house, honey, she is stressed out. The storm has hit Jackson. Her power is out because her neighbor, the lights and the cords and the street, everything is just done. No power. Willie's flight is delayed. He's supposed to be coming in. His birthday is coming up. He was delayed like 12 hours. So Gucci and JJ, they come over. They supposed to help her clean out her refrigerator. Probably take her food to their house so she could take the kids to a hotel so they could be comfortable. And so they come over also to give Willie his birthday gifts because they're going to be out of town for the fish fry. They're going to Chicago. They have a big event. They didn't say what kind of event, and that's that on that. So, honey, here come JJ with the gifts, honey. He didn't gave Willie it's a whip, chains, and some powder. Then he got him I don't even want to say this word. He got him a cookie in a can. You know what a cookie is? The cookie, the secret garden down there, our little private thingy. So he got it's called a coochie in a can, and I ain't gonna say it again, but that's what it is. I'll be referring to it as cookie, okay? JJ said, "Don't knock it till you try it." And Akeisha is sitting there looking like, "No, boo, I have a cookie. This is his. I'm good." So he was like, in case you're not ready, he can stay ready. And then how JJ get the can and he start demonstrating. I'm like, JJ, you are so funny. You are too much, and you are so embarrassing at times. But they're at the house. Everybody know when JJ come, he coming to make you laugh, and it was funny. And she needed them little giggles too. So Miss So Gucci, she talking about she don't want to work too hard, and she hungry. And it's like all you doing is cleaning out her refrigerator and maybe the freezer. What is working too hard? She got two little kids. Ain't nothing in there but ice cream and corn dogs. Girl. So she's hungry. She asking Akeisha, does she have something to eat? Akeisha's like, girl, I don't have no power. I don't have something to eat. And so JJ and So Gucci, they confessionals. And JJ said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, but the next time I come over with a with some whips and chains, I'll bring some mashed potatoes too." This is what I'm here for. The husbands always make the show successful. Always. Same as like Atlanta back in the day, Real Housewives of New Jersey. The men make the show. And now we see Salt Lake City is getting on that train too. Okay. So JJ is helping Akeisha unpack the refrigerator because So Gucci is standing in the floor eating a banana. And so she's checking Akeisha's temperature. She's like, I'm okay. And so Gucci's like, no, you're not. And she's like, no, I am okay. Just come help me get this food and I'll be fine. I've been busy. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. I've been doing that. And so Gucci said, I don't believe you, friend. So she hugs her, reaches out to hug her. And that's exactly what Akeisha needed. She needed to take a deep breath, get a hug, let her little emotions out, and just bring down a little bit so you can build up from that. And that being busy thing, it's nothing but a coping mechanism, and it's hard when you're used to having a husband hands on with the kids. She has little children and she's in her 40s and she's menopausal. There's a lot going on, right? And then your husband is living halfway. I don't know what up north means. I know they lived in Jersey. I'm assuming, is that where he came from? I guess. So anyway, she's having a tough time trying to be a single mom with these little kids. So good for So Gucci for giving, for letting her friend, from seeing through all that. Oh, so that's why this was good, because that was I like that. I really like that engagement with friends. So Willie is home finally, child. It's taken 12 hours. He was outside. They was sweeping and trying to get the garage back in order. He out there with the kids. So he comes in and he sees JJ's gifts on the kitchen counter. He like, what the H is this? So she said, oh, that's your birthday gifts from your best friend, JJ. And he was like, oh, it's a spanking kit? And so she was like, yeah, here go another gift. She said, well, that's for me, but this is for you. And so he takes the second gift and he's like, what is this? A beer? Keep my beer cold? And she was like, no, that's to keep Mr. warm. And he was like, oh, he said, I thought this was a flashlight. And he was like, he didn't touch it, did he? Because he took it out the pack. I think Keisha took it out the package and handed it to him. So he's holding it. And he's like, oh, JJ is a freak. He said his hair says enough, but these gifts say a lot. And he asked Akeisha, did he touch this? She was like, no, you the first one. And Willie talking about it looked used. And so he says, JJ understands my needs. He said, but they know we not doing it, huh? And so Keisha said, well, they know we've been apart. And it's only been like 2 weeks, right? But that could be a long time with two little ones. And so he was like, okay, well, yeah, it's time for you to get on the horse. It's time for you to come to Jesus and get on that horse. And then, of course, she says how selfish he is and his needs come first. But she had to get healthier first. She had to lose some weight, and he looked like he lost weight too. So kudos to you guys. But she had to lose weight and she had to figure out what was going on with her body because she thought she was declining declining with living. And so come to find out, she was in full-blown menopause. So all her symptoms of all the things she was saying and all the things we know about, like your arms are tender, everything is hurting, you get headaches, you're moody, you're sweating, you're hot, you can't sleep. You're just like furious and on fire. You're like the Tasmanian devil running around your house. And so she's like, okay. And so he was like, pretty much, I'm used to her being a freak in the sheets, and now she not performing again. He trying to figure out what's up. He didn't know. So then she tells him that he has to go ahead and stay with the kids and get them ready. And he kind of like, what? Stay with the kids? What? And it's like, really, Willie? You've been gone for 2 weeks. What do you mean? Hold on. To get some coffee. It's good. And he, I gotta stay with the kids. She was like, excuse me, sir. I gotta go, run these errands, get food for your fish fry. I gotta meet up with the Bells, and they almost got into it. And she kind of started hollering, like, yes, you gonna do with them kids. So then he's like, okay. So then he asked about her menopause, like, okay, so how's that going? Because he's probably, I like that he's trying to understand her. So maybe with him talking about the kids, it triggered her to go higher in her vocal level. He's like, wait a minute. We was just having a cool little convo. But it's like, no, brah, you deserve a little bit of that. Because how you gonna be gone for 2 weeks and I tell you to be with your kids, you ain't seen them in 2 weeks and you kind of like, what? Nah, you deserve a little bit of that. No, you deserve that, Willie. Because how dare you? And so I like that they're both are trying to understand the menopause symptoms. And I like that he's into it. And she was like, yeah, this is our journey. You go on this journey and you just going to have to thug it on out. I'll get back to what you need and all that. Because now, I think she feels a little intimidated by that cookie in the can. She's not going to let that cookie take her out. She like, oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. And so he's like, okay, well, let's get back to what we need to be doing because now that you're not, gonna pass away or anything, now let's get back to what we was doing. He said he wants some more cookies. That's what he said. And she was like, okay, bet. So this is the day of Willie's birthday fish fry. It's at a park. It's 80 degrees in Mississippi. Keisha called her homegirl's husband because he is King Fish Fry. He said, bet. They out there set up. He frying that fish, and that fish did look good. Can I get a piece? I want a little crunchy piece. So Letitia and Glenn show up first, and the guys are chatting up a little bit. And so Glenn is like, yeah, how old are you? I'm 34. You about you in your 30s still? And so Willie's like, nah, bro, I'm the big 4'1". And they're like, oh, okay. And so Willie's kind of acted a little bougie, a little standoffish, right? And so Glenn is like, yeah, oh, okay. Well, how old is Cliff? Cliff and Glenn are bro-mancers, okay? And so Willie was like, I don't know. I'm not his daddy. I'm like, slow down, New Jersey. Slow down. And so Glenn he's like, oh, I got to go use the restroom. And Glenn dismissed himself. So in his confessional with Letitia, he talking about, every time I hang around them Collins. Every time I hang around them colons, they stick their nose up in the air. He was pretty much saying that Willie acts like, excuse me, do you have any gray poupon? So he's like pretty much saying Willie is bougie. But when I told y'all earlier, I had a thought. Maybe Willie don't fool with Glenn because of that DM situation. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there trying to plot on me or whatever the case was. You're trying to get in my business of my marriage. And Willie don't appreciate that. So maybe that's where that energy is coming from. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah. So they all teasing him about having 2 Super Bowl rings and all this and all that. Well, whatever, Glenn. But that was so funny. And no, I don't got no gray poupon. You want some French? Because that's what we buy over here. I got French mustard. Ain't nobody doing no gray poupon. So Keisha is telling Letitia about the cookie in the can. And Letitia's like, what is that? What? I never heard of it. Child, we know. Glenn needs one. Maybe he'll. Anyway, let's move on. They're working it out. So Keisha's like, he don't need that because he got me. I'm all the cookie he need. Willie gonna say, well, he was stuck in that airport for 12 hours. It would have been nice to have that cookie in the can at that airport. I was like, Big Willie style. If you don't hush. So Marie shows up. She always cute, girl. She had a cute little denim jumpsuit on with her, probably with some Gucci tennis shoes, getting out of her. What is that? A Challenger? Getting out of her Challenger. That's the car she's sporting this season. And then Tambra shows up too, and she don't bring the baby. And Keisha's like, where is the baby? And so Tamara's like, I got to get accustomed to bringing her to stuff. But she's very overprotective of her too, because she's her first baby. And she's like, oh, I didn't know to bring her because I'm used, you got to say your invitation if kids can come. Because, and so Keisha's like, if it was just adults only, it would have been stated adults only. And then Tambra being, Tambra. Well, it just said kids and, it didn't say babies. Okay, Tambra, you didn't bring her. And I get it. It's a park. But then you should bring her so that the girls can get to know her or whatever. But you do what you do. So Keisha asked them, do they see each other? Because they didn't speak. Maria's on her phone. And so Keisha said, it ain't that much texting in the world. Do you see her? And she's like, just wait a minute. I'm on the phone. I'm talking to my daughter. And, I got to give her some information to give to her father. Ooh, how her daddy doing, girl? Remember him, y'all? So in her confessional, Tamara gonna say, I see her, and you don't know, and you don't want to know what my thoughts are. Yes, we do. What are your thoughts? And then she gonna say she needs to start asking Akeisha about her guest list so she can, avoid coming if Marie is gonna be there, So Akeisha is trying to get Tambra on board to talk to Marie. Letitia is pressing Marie to talk to Tambra. Marie is in her confessional. She was like, is this apology that you're seeking, is it for me and Tambra, or is this for you? Because you're doing too much. Because she ain't even on that. She's past it. Marie says she got too many positives in her life, and she's not trying to create no problem where there's no problem. Honey, to say that talk your talk, Marie Monroe. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not going to create a problem where there's no problem. Letitia, that is your job. That's what you do, girl. So Latrice shows up with Selena. Even Willie and Glenn was like, is that Selena? Like, yeah. They over there throwing football, so they figured out how to get along. So Miss Miss Latrice shows up in some old black long leather, faux leather dress with some black heels on, sunglasses, and they like, girl, you coming to a park? Why you got all this on? And Maria's like, it is 80 degrees. She needed to check the temperature, honey. It is 80 degrees out here. So, they like, Latrice, we know you got some casual clothes. Like, we know you got some jeans, t-shirt, tank top. It's 80 degrees, girl. She was talking about, when you said it was a party, and Keisha said, at a park. Oh, Latrice, you can be smart and less than smart at the same time. You ain't got a sundress. Wow. So, well, girl, Selena's here. She knew the assignment. She had on a cute dress. So, so Gucci wasn't there because she was in Chicago. So this was good. So, but everybody's a little like, uh-oh. Everybody's like, uh-oh. So Marie and Selena, they cool. Marie was like, they kissed, they hug, and Marie was like, I don't care that her and Latrice are friends. Selena cool with me, and we good. So Keisha tells us that her and Selena went to elementary school together, girl. That's how far they go back. And so she says she has never had an issue with Selena until now, but it's not her issue. It's just that there are legal issues, and so Gucci and Selena can't be around each other. So Akeisha was like, should I FaceTime So Gucci right now and tell her, so y'all can figure this out, because she's like, I guess you're gonna be coming around because you're Latrice's friend, and So Gucci gonna be coming around because she's my friend. And so they're like, don't call her now. I'm not ready. We not ready for all that. Cause Akeisha's thing is, well, so Gucci gonna be at the next thing. She would have been here, but she's not. But she gonna be at the next thing. So we gotta figure out, we gotta have a conversation because we gotta make it clear. Akeisha made it very clear. Like, you might not be able to come with Latrice when So Gucci will be with us. And so Selena was like, okay, I'm okay with that. I understand. Okay, girl. So don't act like when my whole thing is she said she was okay with that, right? And I'm thinking, oh God, how long is that gonna last? Because this is a reality show. She's I think they gonna see each other. I think they gonna see each other. Ain't that the point of her being here? And it's kind of like, Selena, why did you agree to be on the show? So you are messy. You clearly you messy, because I would have been like, girl, what? Carlos, say what? Now you want to come on what? With my ex-husband and his wife? I would never give her that privilege to act crazy in front of my face after we didn't had a fight too. Oh no, I wouldn't be here. I got grown kids that ain't getting along with the daddy, and I got grandbabies, and I'm in love, and I got a fiance. Oh, that's why she here. Because of the fiance. That's why she here. Selena, I see you. But it sounds like Selena is a good chick. They say she cool. So, okay. So Letitia asked Marie, like, why are you standing over there? She's watching the kids play. She really not trying to come around the group because everybody's over there together. She's like, I'm not fooling with that, because that's there go that Tambra and Latrice. So she's like, come over here, come on over here. And so Letitia asked them to talk, and Latrice is like, oh no, I'm good. And she tells Akeisha, it's a F no for me. I'm not talking to Marie. And so Marie was like, can I be dismissed? Because Letitia asked her to come over, and she did come over to the group. And they was like, why are you over there? And she was like, I love looking at the kids. She got a grandbaby now. So she's like, I love just watching the kids play and all that. Uh-huh. And so Marie was like, can I be dismissed? And that's what I like about Marie. In my opinion, she is the queen bee of this group. We really want to know. She the one. She the one. To me, she the one got the money, money, money. And I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I think that's the one. But she has to be dismissed. And so then Letitia starts crying, and Marie was like, "You all right? Why you crying?" She like, "Glenn, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go. These women are so divided." And she just tells them that, you guys are just being selfish. I'm just trying to bring us together and collectively, and You guys just don't want to talk. And she is crying, real tears. And the episode ends. And it did not say it was going to be a to be continued, but they will pick up from here next week. And that was it. That was it for this week's episode. It was pretty good. Nah, but they need to step it up, and I guess they will, because if Selena is here, let's bring it, honey. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's season 2. I mean, episode 2. I don't know how many episodes. I'm gonna assume there's gonna be like 8, maybe. But let's do it. It's time to step this thing on up. So, besties, you let me know your comments in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about everything. Are you perimenopause? Are you in menopause? Can you share some of your thoughts? And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, besties.